advanced monitoring questions. And let me just read what we have. I'm doing introduction now. There will also be a presentation. Okay, let me read. There will also be a presentation on developing an excellent work attitude. They are no more consultants. They are not just our consultants, they are part of us. So they will introduce themselves later. Then we're going to treat basic issue about EPA installation and common errors, the solution to common errors. And after this training, a copy will be sent to your email after that. And we are going to talk about EPA application, general EPA application, normal posting, how to do normal posting, how to generate WebGID, and how to do web teller posting, so that you can understand. So, and we have time for questions and answers. So you can write your question and answer down. So I will take that. I will take your question and answer. Then, on the basic issue about EPA installation, I think Jonathan will take that. On EPA application, Okechukwu will take that. And question and answer, I will take that. Okay, let me allow Jonathan to introduce themselves.
Good morning. My name is Funke Fabarami. I'm working as a pro consultant with Afrobeta, so more or less at this point where Afrobeta, and that's my colleague, Chimaduke.
Chimaduke, working in the same team to achieve the same result. And there's a third person.
There's a third person, her name is Lighton Faye. She will be close to the now. Right, and then together we want to move Afrobeta forward. Thank you.
We'll start the presentation on developing an excellent work attitude. And Chima will take it.
Thank you very much. First of all, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are happy to be here, and we are happy to have started building a relationship. It's going to be an interesting one. The relationship is going to be an interesting because it's going to make all of us more effective. I can tell you that if not for anything, some things that you normally see as very technical, having worked a few days with Alphabeta, I feel like someone who feels that mathematics is so difficult that he cannot pass it. All of a sudden, he gets admission into the university and has to do some mathematical courses. And he needs to pass all those courses before graduating. Let's have our first on silent mode. As I feel like someone who finds that mathematics is so difficult that he's going to read English, that he can't solve them as at all. All of a sudden, he gets admission to the university, and one of his GS courses is mathematics, and he must pass it to graduate. And eventually finds out that it's not as difficult as it is, that he can actually pass it. If anybody told me before about the tax application, how people can pay taxes and how to key in figures and stuff like that, and the receipt is issued, in my mind I will tell myself that no need to go there, I can't learn it. But when Mr. Okoro pieces this thing the first day here, and pieces it again at Alausa, the thing started sounding so simple. I started wondering that, so things like this can be just simple. So we can see that we are benefiting ourselves in this relationship. I'm a soft skills person, where we come from a soft skills background. I don't do anything technical. And so in our relationship with you, we learn those other skills that make people succeed. The skills that make people succeed. After you have learned these technical skills, if you don't have the soft skills, you won't succeed. After you have learned the technical skills, if you don't have the soft skills, you won't succeed. And the skills we call soft skills are skills that make you work with people in a better way. And that's the reason why we are adding, even if you are going to work somewhere else in your life, you get there as a qualified better person. All the monies you are looking for in this world is in other people's hands now. And you must get along with them to collect it. Every money that you are looking for is in people's hands now. And you must get along with them to collect some of the money. Please, when we come in, let us see so we will distract those who are already in class. There won't be any occasion when they will call you to the Nigerian Security Printing and meeting and print your own millions for you and tell you congratulations when you get to the office, call you your colleague. If you are going to be a multi-millionaire, or if you are a chief, how are you? Good morning.
Okoro.
I will give examples from the people I have met in-house already. People I have met in-house already. By the time I meet everybody, I will know more people. But I'm giving examples based on the work that we do already. The first day we came here and the secretary was to tell us what Alpha Beta does. What we saw first was the passion. He was telling us about the portal and how it runs, the challenges that come with it, how the bankers feel about it, the customers. There was so much passion that I started wondering that if this was his direct business, there is no way this thing will not succeed. There's this passion talking about it. I'll give you a typical example. You have a shop, but that your shop is a distributor shop. So you have salespeople who go from company to company, advertising your product and selling. They are the MD. Now, one of your salesperson goes to a place to sell, and he goes in. Just watching your salesperson, so you tell me whether you return the person or sack. But then, good morning, sir. My name is Chima from Alpha Beta. They sent us to come and introduce our products to you. This is what the product does, so I don't know if you want to buy it. You want to buy it. You don't want to buy it, let's give you a second. And somewhere in your office, maybe you put a chip on that salesperson's box, so somewhere in your office, you are watching the way they sell without them knowing. But another one walks up here, there's good morning, sir. My name is Chima, I'm from Alpha Beta Consulting, and these are our services. Numerous services that we have. Lagos State government is already using it, we are taking it to other states. You can be sure that if these governments are taking it, what we're looking for your smaller business. It's going to be excellent, we reduce costs for you, everything happens natural. People don't have to come to your shop to get the products, they go through this, it's an excellent package. And if you have any challenges, you can always call us as your salesperson and your account officer. We're going to have it. Ask any questions. Say, okay, just hold on, let me call the office and tell them that this is what the client here is requesting. If it's what we can do for you, get the approval right here. Call the office. It's doable. Let's work on it. This is the proposal. This is the agreement. And we are watching this. Who will you take? Who will you sack? And all of them are paid the same salary.
Chimatu.
Chimatu is that also? It's a natural choice. But most times we don't think about it that it's our business. Look at another example. You do your job here, but you have raised some money and you have opened a boutique on Allen. You come to work here most of the time. It's only on weekends you go to your shop in Allen. On a Saturday morning, you get to your shop in Allen and a woman drives past in her G-Wagon. No G-Wagon? That Benz that's like a box. Yes, very cool. It's about the costliest land before you get to the Bentleys and Rolls Royces. Probably about for something million now. Yeah, about 8 million. That is if they party to bulletproof and stuff like that. It gets to 8. Now, a woman drives past and looks into the shop and reverses. I said, Madam, you are here today. Please, oh, let me buy everything I need to buy now that you are here. I don't want to come here when you are not here and your salesman will be insulting you. You start imagining how many people have been insulted and have left all through the week. Is that also? Is that also? We need those salespeople here.
Fired.
And maybe the person who came to buys things of good quality that just for sitting down there for 1 hour, we are discussing 400, 500,000. You know, imagine how many 400, 500,000 you lost for having irresponsible salespeople in your shop. It's when you think about it this way, you find out the importance of having excellent work ethics, doing good work. So how can you develop this excellent work attitude? One is by being responsible and accountable. Sometimes we use these words together. We use responsibility and accountability together. When a manager tells you to be responsible and accountable at work, you might be confused at what he or she means. Many people often use these workplace buzzwords. We call them buzzwords. They are corporate slangs that can be found in English to mean the same thing. When they have different meanings, many people use them to mean the same thing when they have different meanings. Your ability to be responsible and accountable is a direct result of the tasks you are assigned and your personal work ethic when you take ownership of your work products. So we want to see the difference now. When you are hired for a job, your manager provides you a list of your duties, also known as responsibilities. She will tell you that it is your job to ensure the tasks on the list are completed within due. While you can be assigned a variety of responsibilities, whether or not you are accountable depends on your character. Are we seeing the difference? The assignments given to you by your manager, responsibility. Now, whether that job will be done the way you have been asked to do it depends on your character, and that is where accountability comes in. A person who demonstrates accountability takes the heat if he or she doesn't complete the task on schedule, does not transfer the blame. When you refuse to be accountable, you place the blame on someone else for the project's failure. I'll give you an example. Head of department has been told that trainings must be effective. Trainings must be effective. Everyone who comes for the training must understand it clearly, and everything must work fine. That is his responsibility. He has also been told, we work for you, work in your team. Wherever you are recruiting, just make sure that training on this our product is very effective. It's his responsibility from MD and the board. Head of department now comes, and in his recruitment process, he decides to recruit only his relatives, qualified, not qualified, and takes one that knows how to speak English only, but does not know anything more than speaking English to be head of training. That one goes and messes up the training. When the MD is calling for people's heads, whose head will he call for? It's not HOD. If at that time HOD says, no, it is Mr. So that I recruited that is at fault or not me, will anybody listen to him? That is where accountability comes in. At that point, he will take responsibility and tell MD, I'm sorry about this, I'm going to do some reorganization in the team and give us 1 month. This thing is going to be right. Then he comes there and shifts people or fires people and recruits people who can do the job with the requisite experience, whether relative or no relative. And the job gets going and he gives a report back to the MD that you are now trying people understand things that the MD tests and find out that this is correct. That's all. That's accountability. But when you start transferring blames, who did this one? You come. It's not me. It's also personal. Some people, even their mistake, they will say, if you had given it to me on time, I would have been able to do it like this. They must have a way of transferring it to another person. That is what we mean by accountability. You place the blame on someone else for the project's failure. Some people even use it to backstab. They will be making mistakes, but before they finish making the mistake, they have already put it on someone else's head. So that by the time the mistake is completed, it won't be their fault. Some people are that wicked in the office. They are making a mistake. They know that this thing will end badly. They start on time to start shifting the blame to another person's head. So that when the thing eventually fails, nobody will call their name because they had already started earlier to transfer the blame to another person's head. That is not right. Some people could care less about their work product. They slap together a report haphazardly or do the least amount of work they can just to get their paycheck. That's what some people do. So we're asking ourselves as individuals, have we fallen under this trap before? Once, twice, regularly? How regularly? Instead of displaying a positive work ethic and character by taking personal pride in their work, they only do what is required of them and no more. In today's work environment, if you are given a job description, do you remember that job description, there is something that is written under, and any other thing that will be assigned to you by your manager. Have you realized that? When you are getting employment, they write this and any other thing that's assigned to you by your manager. So people go beyond that. There are some things you do in the office, you don't need to be told to do it. An example, you work in an office with women, one of them is now pregnant. Time has not reached for her to start her maternity leave. But all of a sudden, she gets into a medical situation as a result of that pregnancy. So the job function that she does has to stop before time. Will we not come in and cover up that assignment? We will not say, no, the only time they say that she do the job is when she goes on maternity leave, and she hasn't gone on maternity leave yet, so I'm not going to do it. We will do that. We'll go in and cover it and cover up and make sure that the job is well done. But some people don't do that. They will tell you that it is not their responsibility. They will not go near there. So they are not responsible accountable. People with solid work ethic and character take responsibility for the work they do. They demonstrate a willingness to not only ensure the job is done, but also accept responsibility for the results, good or bad. They take their assigned duties seriously and go the extra mile to make sure the work is the best that it can be. When you have character and are accountable, you recognize that the quality of your work is also a representation of you. The quality of your work is a representation of you. Let me give us an example of the quality of your work is a representation of you. Most of us who are in HR consultants are usually sitting in interview panels. People submit their CVs. Do you know that from the CV we can decide that someone may not be invited without meeting the person from the CV alone? I'll give you an example. Somebody brings a CV and the CV is like this. Have you seen a CV that's like this before? Do you understand what I mean by CV being like this? The person is making the photocopy. He does not keep it straight. Carelessly, they place it, it is like this. So when it comes out on the sheet of paper, everything is like this. Starts from here and ends this way. You are submitting it for a job you want to get and then salary. You submit a CV that is like this. So we go the extra mile. The paper will be rough when they will be submitting it. They say I should submit my CV. They could do various boxes or when they eventually say, yeah, CV, I've seen one. They submit. Then you bring it to the panel. When we see it, when we are selecting, people there will say, we are not calling this person. This person is not well put together. Because that work is a representation of the person. I'm a guest facilitator in Faith Foundation, and sometimes when they want to recruit new entrepreneurs, they call some of us to come and sit in the panel. These new AEP people that they train there, they call us. So I sat in one, and we saw the lady CV, and she was going to train for makeup, something like this House of Power, what she does. That's what she was coming from. So when she wrote everything, we looked at it, no experience, she hadn't worked anywhere there. She hadn't worked anywhere in makeup industry, but that's what she was coming to train. She already had a master's degree from Maryland. So we looked at it, we said, okay, no experience, but what's going to happen is that if we see her makeup, we'll know whether she's qualified to go for this training. Her makeup, when she comes in, her makeup will determine whether she's qualified to be one of the participants. That's all. Some of us quickly, immediately she walked in, all of us looked at ourselves and said that she's qualified. Then we now started asking her, you don't have experience, how did you come about this? She said that she liked doing it from the university, she used to do it for her friends, that all her friends have wedded, wherever they are, they would call her to come and do it, and that she wasn't charging. We said why? I said because she does not have the registered company. She did her own somewhere that we felt she should charge to do it for people. Said she doesn't have a registered company. We now told her, look at her interview. This is an interview panel that we should tell whether somebody is qualified. We are not advising her that no, you don't need to register a company. Just print a card and put your name. Put your name and makeup artist. That's all. Anybody you give will know it's for business. Once you give somebody a card, you have started business. Once you put your name and you put what you do there, anybody you give will ask you how much you charge. Because you printed the card for a purpose. You didn't print the card for personal aggrandizement. You want to show people that you have complimentary card. No. We started advising her. And that's when we finished, we asked her to go and we approved that she should be part of the class. We are even suggesting that she should go to places like House of Power because what this place teaches is entrepreneurship. So go to House of Power, have a certificate, no schools or Benson Institute, and have a certificate to back it up. But just from looking at her, we knew she was qualified. So how you do your work says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your character. Have you noticed that there are some people that we sit here, they will not talk much. But if you are in the human resource person or in the psychological sciences, social sciences, you'll be able to determine their character by coffee. Just by coffee. You will know whether this person is put together or not. Public coffee, you just go, wow. Everyone will know that. What we know that this person does not know something. Everyone will know. Some people, the only response they give when you make a joke at them and they just respond once. From that response, you know whether they are nice people or rude. Is that not so? Yes, just for responding once. Not that they're talking much. So that is that. You must learn how to go the extra mile to make your work the best that it can be. Go beyond what is written in your job description. Then they can do attitude. One of the reasons why people do not do well at work is because they don't know they can do lots of things. They don't know they can go the extra mile. They don't even know that they can be successful. Many people you see who work today are just moving because they need to pay bills. When they see good cars on the road, they tell you that these are the people who are killing the economy. Since they are not killing the economy, they will not drive a good car. Because they have tactic that driving a good car means you are one of those killing the economy. And we know that it is not true. A research was done recently, I think it was by this Amnesty, not the other one that monitors corruption, Transparency International. And they found out that between 10 to 15% of the world's wealth was ill-gotten. 50% of the world's wealth was ill-gotten. So if you see leaders who are collecting money and stacking it, they belong to less than 5% of the world's population and the world's wealth. Majority of the world's wealth is genuinely gotten. Yes, because if you find out that in Nigeria, as you are here now, if you find out that there is something that you can manufacture, there's something that you can manufacture that if people fill their tanks normally take them 1 week. But if they put that thing in their tank, the 1 week will become 2 weeks. And they must put it anytime they are filling their tank. Because after the first one, even if they are putting fuel in again, it will not work again. It has to, anytime they are putting fuel in their tank, they must put one of that thing. Now, you are selling that thing at 50 naira, or let us say 100 naira. And your profit for that 100 naira is 30 naira. And you are the only person who has brought into the sole distributor and make 30 naira on that item. The millions of cars, if you have 1 million cars in Nigeria, and they fuel their tank 2 times in a month, they fill their tank 2 times in a month, that is 2 million fillings. That is 2 million times 30 naira, that's what you take every month. 60 million. Did you kill the economy to make the money? You just satisfy a need. That's all. If you create something that satisfies a need, and many people are buying it, and the thing has lifespan, they will buy it regularly. That is why you see some companies that targeted children. You see them, they will not be out of business in the long time. Only competition like that. Every noodle we call it noodle, even if it's mini noodles or old noodles, we still call it noodle. Because they have created themselves as a brand. So anytime you're eating noodles, you call it Indomie. It's only when you get to the shop, give me Indomie. And don't tell you, I don't have Indomie, I have mini noodles. Just bring it now, it's the same thing. But in your mind, it is Indomie. That is branding. So if you also come out with something first like that and you advertise it so much, Mr. Brian Tracy calls it fastest with the mostest. You come in with something first and you flood the market with it. Before you know it, every other person that is coming will have to use your name to sell their order. And if you check the packages, most times the packaging is similar. It's just a few written on it. You must see yellow, you must see red, you must see green. In any of those packages, you must see those colors that translate. It's to deceive you so that when you are buying it, you just take it and pay for it. And so only for you to make your own. Even me, it's a branding strategy. So when we talk about brands, we tell you that William Shakespeare, in one of his writers, said that a rose by any other than will smell as sweet. If a rose flower has another name, it is sweet smells like rose. Is that also? The branding will answer the question, will a rose by any other than smell as sweet? Then the old paracetamol, the old Panadol answers it. It's not Panadol. It's not the same as Panadol. But all of us know that Panadol contains 500 milligrams of paracetamol. The same thing with enzoparacetamol. The same thing with Beradol. Now, any dog that you do is 500 milligrams of paracetamol. But Panadol is telling you that it is not Panadol, it is not the same thing as branding. If you create a wonderful work ethic, it gets to the point where you have become a brand in the organization, where your boss will say, there is Obina. It's Obina, it's not like so. working and doing the best work. You start wondering whether not being there is one person I can do that simple work. Is that not so? Everybody can do it, but his finishing is better. Yes. Everybody can write the report, but it's not a report, you don't have much to edit. Good English, punctuation marks, you will edit it, everything comes out well. that is the reason for that. Not that every other person cannot write reports. But some people will just write it anyhow, let me write it here and submit it. You won't cross the T's, you won't dot the I's, mistakes. Sentence will start from here and end where it's not supposed to end. But then you start again from that side and you come to another place. Another person will edit the same, this sentence is wrong. That becomes the difference. You create a brand for yourself. So you're telling yourself now that in my workplace, have I created a brand that anywhere I'm going, I'll be seen as a blessing. When I'm leaving the organization will be saying that they have lost somebody. Are you the type of person that you are living? They are telling you, teach women have done more favors to their maids than to their sisters. Somebody that came as a maid becomes more responsible in the home than your own sister that comes on holidays. Your own sister will wake up early in the morning. The first thing she will do is to go and put each channel. Even the toothbrush she took to brush her mouth, she will hold it there and stand and be looking at other people's families in their house, how they are changing dress and their wardrobe. They'll put this in their mouth and be like, look at the Kadesha. This is like the Kadesha is wearing in her house. Telling us how they are living in their house. They will leave the toothbrush in their mouth and watch the patra shops and patra cup. That's it. While they sweeping, cleaning, bathing the children, doing everything in the house. So when you are traveling abroad, and you want, since you wouldn't leave your children, if you are going shopping, you are traveling abroad, for shopping with children is difficult. So you want to leave them at home. And you cannot leave them alone. So you need somebody above 18 to stay with them. Who will you travel with? Your sister who is going to fly over the whole London. Or maid who is ready to stay and take care of your own. So you go with maid, and it's on record that your maid now has a visa for life. They will get you the visa. Your sister won't go. Because she doesn't do anything in the house. And when she gets there, she will come back and report to your mother that you went to London and left her in the house, that she didn't go anywhere, that you're a wicked person, that she don't want her to go to London. But that's not the agreement when we are going. These things happen. That is how some of us live. Do you remember the concept of reaping where you did not sow? Yes. That's how some of us live. You want promotion, but you are not working for promotion. And people get promoted to the position where they have already been working. They don't promote you to a position and you learn how to work there. You'll be working at a higher level, then you'll be promoted to that level. That is why at any time that you are promoted, you have already passed where you are promoted to. In real promotions, anytime you are promoted to a particular level, you have already come past there. You are promoted to manager, you are already working at senior manager level. By the time they promote you to senior manager, you are already doing job at AGM level. Don't you now understand why somebody will be senior manager in a bank when he's moving to another bank to be AGM? It's because when senior manager was already doing the AGM job. So you don't have to get there to start learning how to do DGM job. Because that's the next promotion. And once he gets DGM job and he's going to another bank, it will be GM. That's how it is done. So you must be working for your next level. In short, 2 steps higher than where you are. That is where you should be working. How much do you see of an iceberg? This is an iceberg. Do you all remember the Titanic? Yes. Have you heard the Titanic? Yes. You know what destroyed the Titanic? Iceberg. Titanic saw this iceberg and said, oh, iceberg, oh, okay, let us pass here. This is water here. Not knowing that this is the real thing. So when I hit this one and crashed. That was a sea liner that when it was constructed, one of those who funded the construction looked at it and said, even God cannot sink this ship. It didn't require God to sink the ship, it required an iceberg to do it. That is also how our attitude is. That is exactly how our attitude is. The iceberg phenomenon is also applicable to human beings. Known to others, 10% knowledge, skills, above sea level, unknown to others, your attitude. Known to others, your behavior, unknown to others, your attitude, values, standards, judgments, motives, ethics, beliefs, attitude. But this, look at what happens. It is these ones that impact your behavior. This, how you behave in the office that people see. You are very rude. You are very lazy. That's what people are saying. Is that also? what is affecting it is here. If this one changes, this one will automatically change. So what makes your life 100%? Check A to Z, I have given the numbers 1 to 26. It is only attitude of skills, knowledge, hard work, only attitude equals 100%. See how close all these ones are. But if they tell you the difference between this one and this one in the real things you achieve in life, you will be in shock. Do you agree with me? If you, the difference, this is 98, this is 100. If they tell you the difference between this one and this one, you want to go to big shock. Of course. I'll use an illustration to tell you the difference. So it happens to us that has been said in one of the programs even with this first cast, almost every day someone to go and work. You need like 5 to 7 critical success areas. So it gives the number of success factors where you must where we just goes about. Come to 5 to 7. And any one of those 5 to 7 areas that is weak will affect how hard you derive on the right. By the time something finish writing the story of Achilles. Achilles was born with Achilles in psychology when he was born. This multiple plastics. Achilles, when he was deep multiple plastics because he acquired the so when Achilles was born, the mother held him by youth and deep multiple plastics brought him out and acquired his arrows, swords, nothing would enter Achilles' body. He became the commander of the Greek army. He has not one of these things like 2,000 happens to everybody. But on one occasion, some sectors mistakenly not by himself hit Achilles by the few hours and became just supposed to about disease after the recover and from there and change the whole because when Achilles know that everything like he had to back to the yeah, I had covered the waters of the plastics like that so that was the whole process by four. Nobody will tell you that you're not going for lunch. Any part of your attitude, this 2% can win you. Haven't you seen some very beautiful ladies who cannot marry? Because they're not sharp enough. So go and they'll say, this at that point, it's so like I work with the house, like I work with the customers here. It's not this and that, so I walk. Is that not this Achilles? No, haven't you seen it before? Yes. Haven't you seen wonderful wives that their husbands will leave and better stay away than they stay as a result of the economy? Buy things for the man when she has money, she will put the man control everything, proud of the man, fight everyone who talks about the man, not the same time. When she starts talking to the man, the control she has got, many things she's coming from somewhere. I school, I'm a Lagos boy, so I don't know all the that's what I'm using this coming up. I'm a Lagos boy, I grew up in Ibadan. So I know what it was 1977 about it, so I know since 17, like I imagine because of that is almost 12 years. Because of God, I think the fact is because of who is you also combine all the sources of this and people had like 5 of us, like, so that's it. Don't let little things become your identity. Add a good attitude so that you can get to the top access fast. We need to be able to, as time goes on, they just nobody was. So you can do everything but not at once, and you can do everything if it's important enough for you to do it. You can do everything, but you may not be the best at everything. And to show you can do everything, show that there are limitations. You can do everything, but you succeed and build your attitude. There are limitations, someday will become. Do you know that time you just decided that I will not do so again? Let's not be nicer. I don't have to respond when I'm annoyed. That's when you have more people trying to avoid you. Let's look for because you know why? Because any good thing that you're not going to do seriously. You are not bigger than Jesus Christ. Is that not true? Because for him to qualify to the kingdom, Abraham a very rich man in the land of God. For him to be recorded as a friend of God, he was told one day from nowhere, leave this land and everything you have, take your family and go to the land I will show you. They didn't tell you that. Listen, just go to the land I will show you. We are not encouraging this example. I started going to the land I will show you. As I know, they are not showing you. Kept on moving. But you know there is a sense of that is this. And he was not supposed to inherit it. He was given it to his descendants. Because it was the land they would give to his descendants. Sometimes he was sitting there for his descendants. He continued to imagine the amount of wealth. Someone who was so well that people of the land of God, they are working for him. So my time went to the slaves. There's this story I read about. He left all those things for him to modify. Is it now that we have everything goes without making any sense? So if you are going to develop yourself in a particular area, you're going to come with challenges. And you're going to face the challenges. Because your determination to succeed should be higher than your ego. Your goals should be higher than your ego. One thing I like to say. Anytime your ego goes up to that, you say many things that nobody has been naked. Very important. That it did not close. That past the problem start that did not do. And how many things are wrong that is very of this okay? A positive attitude is like a magnet for positive results. You have a negative attitude, everything that is happening is negative. Everything. You have a positive attitude, why you should suffer. Sometimes, despite heredity or things like that, it has a high blood pressure to prematurity. It's a function of a negative attitude. At the end of the day, if anything happens, there are some things that people have to do that is not confidence. If it happens to some people, it's something they internalize. That is essential.